Okay.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, in the beginning of that.
Next month you're gonna have,
Right. No. Okay. Got it.
you can only use it for 10 years.
Okay.
You know, what are you gonna do with it?
Satisfied.
Wall or something.
Exactly.
I'll get a kick on the phone. Falling out sick. Oh, video. So, you promptly murder we don't expect you to do 20 minutes.
Is he fine? Good. What's your money over there? Jason was there.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jason was there though.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who that looked like.
Well, when they got hurt, I didn't know you had, I figured you were over there.
Yeah.
I threw mine out. And that's what I, well, no, more importantly, I haven't raised.
Yes, I've been watching her videos.
Really? How are you? What was that Jason was saying? You can fish the hurt.
And today's gonna be it's the 25th anniversary.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for everything.
And, cause you know, I can't look at the, you know, I can't look at them. How much we came to you know,
They're nice to read.
you know what I do want to ask you about?
Is it on?
So long story short, I actually make up a bunch of. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, leave it on. You left it on.
What is the first? Here, like a debit credit.
Yeah, that's the one that's a lot of snow.
Show budget.
No, no, he's snowing Midwest. That's what back to
Take pictures. I got you. And I don't know how they're on the still, they're not even.
She's just waiting for her package.
Yeah.
She's just waiting.
Thank you.
Did you get my email about tourism?
No.
Oh, okay, I just said maybe one last chance. She'll be back to Why is something in shape? Yes. That's like Avalon's like that Love that.
Well, Scott and I had a conversation, we're gonna see what happens.
I retire on this level. I said, I hope when I retire, I'm this level. You better show up and take it. Just not sure if I have this level.
Yeah, I saw the email that said
Smart the way you write.
yeah, I was like, no, this Tuesday, I'm trying to do it.
I'm going, you wanna go?
What's up, Jim? How you for your mind, that is crazy. Can be replaced. Don't worry about it.
How's your daughter doing? Oh, nice. No, that's all right.
Thank you. And she cut out before the after shower is it's so cool.
We all did.
It's great. It's good to the water.
We're all here.
Okay, get started. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I wish to announce that the 48-hour notice is required under the Open Public Meetings Act was emailed to the Asbury Park Press, the Coast Star, and the New Coaster on December the 7th of 2023. That a copy has been placed on the bulletin board in the borough office and that a copy has been filed with the municipal clerk. As a courtesy to the public, this meeting may be attended via Zoom. If for any reason the Zoom portion of this meeting fails or is disconnected, the in-person meeting will continue and action can and will be taken, providing that there is a quorum. Mr. Noble? Here. Mr. Gubitozzi?
Here.
Ms. Mahoney?
Here.
Mr. Weber?
Here.
Mayor Fox?
Here. Okay, welcome everybody to our 2024 reorganization meeting. Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a good holiday. I want to first express my thanks to OEM, DPW, and the Police Department and Administration for their attention to the storm in the last couple of days. It got a lot of hype, and deservedly so. We always want to be over-prepared, but I think we fared very well through the storm. It seems like a pattern's developing. We've got a couple of storms on the horizon, but so far so good. So I just wanted to take a minute to thank those groups for coordinating and working as a team. The first thing we are going to do tonight is we have a proclamation that is somewhere. Where did it go? It's over here. Okay. That we want to present to somebody who has been working down. Nice wrapper. Somebody who's been working as a volunteer in the borough for many, many, many years, 50-plus years, and we have a proclamation. He will continue. I want to make sure Roy asked me to make sure people understood that he wasn't retiring. He was just retiring from a portion of his responsibility. So I'll read this proclamation, and then I think we have a presentation, I think. We have the stuff or not. Okay, so this is honoring Leroy Christensen for his volunteer services. Yeah, Roy, come on. Roy is the most understated, doesn't want any attention guy that I know. So this is probably killing him. He's even got to stand here. So okay. Whereas Leroy Christensen, as a lifelong resident of the borough of Bradley Beach, joined the fire department in 1972. And whereas after several years serving as a line officer, the membership elected Mr. Christensen in the position of chief of the department in 1986. And whereas Mr. Christensen in his current day remains a life member and an ex-chief in good standing with 52 years of uninterrupted loyal service to the community. And whereas Mr. Christensen currently serves as a fire apparatus driver, and for several decades he has consistently maintained an excellent response percentage of the Bradley Beach Fire Department, responding to calls each day and night. And whereas Mr. Christensen shall retire from the fire line on January 11th, 2024, after 52 years of dedication to the Bradley Beach Fire Department, and will conclude with a final drive of the pumper truck throughout the town on his final day, which is tomorrow. Now therefore be it resolved, this proclamation is being awarded to recognize Mr. Christensen's loyal and dedicated commitment to the volunteer fire services of this community. Mr. Christensen's selfless service and devotion to the borough and well-being of its residents has had a valuable effect on the safety and morale of its co-volunteers and the community through the years. We look forward to Mr. Christensen's continued contributions to the Bradley Beach Fire Department, dated January 10th, 2024. For you, Roy. Roy is staying on because he runs the best fish fry in the county. But I will say, just personally, Roy, I've been in a pinch more than once in the last few years for a facility or I need something, and I've called Roy more than once, and he's just been extremely helpful and receptive, and he really always just responds in a great way. So I really appreciate Roy, and I guess the other little factoid about Roy is tomorrow is Roy's birthday.
Yeah.
So we wish you a happy birthday too, and hopefully the big 8-0.
Yeah.
So are you driving around today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay. Early in the day.
12 o'clock.
All right. Well, again, we very much appreciate everything Roy's done, and I think we have a resolution.
Yes, resolution 2024-4, approving the Bradley Beach Fire Department to donate outdated fire department bunker gear and helmet to retiring member Leroy Christensen.
So maybe I'll make a motion to approve, and maybe I can get each council person to come down, and we'll take a picture with Roy and
Okay,
group.
that sounds good.
As you come down the stairs, you can vote. I'll make a motion to approve resolution
2024-4.
2024-4. Do I have a second?
Second. Yes.
Okay.
Mr.
Okay.
Nova?
I'm going to take a picture.
I didn't guess. Here comes a picture.
Mr. Gubitosi?
Yes.
Mrs. Mahoney? Yes. Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mayor Fox?
Yes. You should feel honored, Roy. We rarely get a unanimous vote. So.
We can do a group shot.
Yeah, that's what I was saying,
Yeah,
stay
yeah,
around.
group shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get everybody down here. I'm in the back because I'm always in the back.
Roy in the middle?
Yeah, Roy, you should be.
Roy in the middle?
Yeah.
I'll go on.
No, I'm asking you to come
Yeah,
in.
you guys switch. You guys switch.
I'll
Big
start on-
smile. Yay, good job.
Oh, we got the professionals back there.
The actual.
I'm not a professional.
John's.
Did you have a professional equipment?
Let's see, we got to see what it is.
John, I think you're on timer. There he goes again. But he goes,
We can all do the dance, we just have to come back when I think of.
We'll be ready.
Come on. There you go.
Hey,
There you go.
All right.
Suppose the equipment will be delivered to Roy, or he's gonna pick it up.
Well, he's got one more night to answer calls, so we have to get them all.
It's in your locker. Great. As you can see, a bunch of Roy's colleagues are here to honor Roy. It's a great occasion, so thanks again. Okay, we'll start with the regular meeting. I don't know if does the five group, do you want to stick around, or you guys want to?
You don't have to stay.
You don't have to stick around. Figured it'd be better to have one shot than every 2 minutes. Okay, to start, number 6 on the agenda is organization of mayor and borough council. We're going to nominate for council president for 2024 and 2024-5 nomination of current council president and now 2024 council president, Jamie Noble. So I'll make a motion to nominate Jamie Noble as council president.
Second.
Mr. Noble?
Absolutely.
Mr. Guptosi?
I am very honored to extend Jane's council presidency, and I vote yes.
Ms. Mahoney?
Happily, yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mayor Fox?
Yes. Congratulations.
Congratulations, guys.
Okay. Next on the agenda is 2024 council liaison assignments. I'll just read down them by each one of those. Fletcher Lake Commission, Councilman Weber. Sylvan Lake Commission, Councilman Tosi. Federation Committee, Mayor Fox. Tourism Commission, Mayor Fox. Library Board of Trustees, Mayor Fox. Environmental Commission, Councilwoman Mahoney. Shade Tree Commission, there are 2, Councilwoman DeNoble and Councilman Weber. Arts Council, Mayor Fox. Board of Education, Councilwoman DeNoble. Land Use Board, Councilwoman Mahoney. Police Liaison, Councilwoman Tosi. And Fire EMS, Councilman Weber. Okay, so we'll now move to.
Point of order, I have to share some information. I had asked Mayor Fox to continue to reappoint me to the tourism, and he said no multiple times, and I need to share some information from the tourism director. In the past year, I've worked with the commission, and we've made great strides to follow our tourism ordinance more accurately, and despite the mayor recently forming an anonymous committee to change it. And when the mayor informed me that he planned this change just 2 days ago, I was very surprised and quite disappointed. And when I asked the mayor to reconsider his decision multiple times to replace me only after 1 year, each time he refused. I informed the tourism director, Amy Hall, that this change would be announced at the council meeting tonight, and she expressed tremendous concern and then told me about an employment complaint against the mayor for harassment and retaliation. In her complaint, she stated, during this time, my job has been threatened and I feel great anxiety over losing my job. Ms. Hall further informed me that she recently filed a notice of tort. And I realized then that the mayor's effort to appoint herself into this role can only make matters worse. Himself into this role can only make matters worse as regards to potential litigation for the borough. And I asked Ms. Hall if it would be okay for me to share this information at the council meeting tonight, and she gave me permission to do so. She's very worried that the mayor is not respecting her harassment and retaliation claim, and she's hoping that by making this public, he will stop attempting to intimidate her. I tried many times to avoid this, but unfortunately, I was told that it's not up for negotiation. You can't request to be on the tourism committee. It's the mayor's appointment, and I'm sorry to Amy, and I'm sorry to the commission. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
I'll give a brief comment. This meeting is really for reorganization, so I hope we don't get into a whole set of discussions. But my rationale around that was a couple of things. Number one, we do have some work to do from a legislative perspective. I've been in contact with the Senate and Assembly members. I'm having a meeting Friday with somebody, a legislative person from the Senate, to look at our ordinance. We did have a couple of people look at our ordinance, and we do have some improvements that we have to make in our ordinance. I shared that with Council President DeNoble, I guess about a month or so ago, and said I think we should form a small group to deal with that, and her response was that I don't think we need to do that, let's let it ride for a year. I don't think if we see something that needs to be improved, I think we need to improve it. So I was willing to take that on as something that we can improve. All the other items that you mentioned are unfortunate, but I think they'll work themselves through. So thank you for that.
Mr. Mayor, I have comments too.
If I can, just, the issue here is not that there's work to do legislating changes to the tourism. The issue here is the comfort of the tourism director with you being the liaison. Would you consider simply making another person, presumably Council President DeNoble, the liaison to tourism? That's all it's been asked.
And I was asked that, and I answered the question. So
it's the same answer now? Okay.
Thank you.
And I'd also like to comment, because the problem is what you just heard the mayor say, you know, I want to get something done, and the inference, at least that I heard, was that he was suggesting Ms. DeNoble was not willing or is unable to get things done.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, it sounded like that to me. Perhaps the audience didn't hear it that way, but specifically when you said, I told her we needed changes and we didn't want a small committee, and she apparently was not supportive of your suggestion of a small committee, you then decided you should make yourself the tourism director.
I'm not the tourism director. I'd be the
Tourism liaison.
Yes.
I want to say on behalf of Ms. DeNoble that during her first year as the tourism liaison, she's been a champion of the Tourism Commission. She's only been on it for 1 year, ladies and gentlemen, so to move her off after 1 year, to me, especially a very productive year, is a slap in the face. She fought hard to develop appropriate practices and controls that ensured that our commission is operating according to our tourism ordinance. Previously, there were many inconsistencies in how the commission operated. This was not always the commission's fault, and in fact, in many cases, the mayor himself instructed employees to overrule our laws, and he inappropriately directed staffing and event management. During 2023, Council President DeNoble fought to restore the proper functioning of the Tourism Commission, and I personally, sitting right here, criticized the illegal payments made from the Tourism Trust that were authorized by the mayor. So in my mind, this goes beyond Ms. Hall's complaint, her harassment complaint, as well as she's filed a notice of tort, which means she has the potential to sue the borough. She also expressed that she wanted this to be known publicly because she does not believe the mayor is, she believes he's disingenuous in his desire to work with her as a liaison to the Tourism Commission. So no one wants to start the year in a note like this. Ms. DeNoble struggled with this. She told me earlier today she really didn't want to make this announcement. She made it on behalf of Ms. Hall. And the reason I'm backing her up is because she's done a wonderful job in year one as the tourism director, brought a lot of inappropriate behaviors to light, has corrected a lot of those, and the response that our mayor has given is that I can do the job going forward better, and that is wrong, and that is likely to put us, the borough, at greater liability.
Thank you, Councilman. Okay, let's move to the next.
Mayor?
Yes.
I feel that these comments have everything to do with reorganization. So I take umbrage with thinking in your comment that these comments have nothing to do with reorganization, and, we should just flatline through this. I think this needs to be considered very carefully, and that's what I want on record. Thank you.
Okay, number 7 on the agenda, approval of minutes. Want to make a motion to approve December 6, 2023 council business meeting minutes. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Noble?
Yes.
Mr. Gubatose?
Yes?
Ms. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mayor Fox?
Yes. I want to make a motion to approve the December 6, 2023 executive session meeting minutes. Do I have a second? Second.
Mr. Noble?
Yes.
Mr. Gubatose?
Yes?
Mr. Mahoney? And Ms. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mayor Fox?
Yes. Make a motion to approve January 4th, 2024 special council meeting minutes. Make a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I would just like to state for the record, I made the corrections that Councilman Gubatose and Councilman Weber pointed out to me last night. And I'm sorry, who did the second for me? Thank you.
Mr. Noble?
Nice job, Erica. Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Gubatose?
Yes.
Ms. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
And Mayor Fox?
Yes. Okay, public comments pertaining to the 110 agenda items only, 5-minute limit, single list. Any questions on agenda? Okay, we will move to the next item, which is 3 communications, the acting borough administrator 90-day appointment, the appointments memo on yearly terms, the appointment memo on various terms. We had, so moving into resolutions, we had.
Excuse me, Mayor, point of order.
Yep.
I know that we're doing this 90-day appointment memo for Meredith DeMarco, and I'm sure a lot of people are confused why this is happening. And if we could just take a moment and have Greg Cannon, if you could just bring everybody up to date, why this is getting done again, or how it's getting done.
I mean, it's a very complicated legal question. So obviously this matters before Judge English. Although there's not like a technical stake from the court, I think it's best for the mayor and council to just do nothing until Judge English decides, like we did last time. As I've mentioned before, I think that regardless, it's my opinion that regardless of what Judge English decides, Meredith is a holdover in this position, by virtue of being appointed under the prior ordinance before it was changed. And so the mayor and council would have to agree in any event to change that position. So,
So you're
I don't have any
saying,
objection to the mayor putting his position in writing with this memo, but I'm just not sure what the effect, if any, is. No.
I understand, so we're basically in a holding pattern until the judge decides, which is scheduled for
Essentially, yeah.
February 6th, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I have a hard time saying that this is necessary, but I also would have a hard time telling the mayor if he wants to put his position in writing, they will do that too. So, but as far as Mayor's position, nothing is changing by virtue of this memo or not, as far as I understand it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we agreed over the last few days to move a number of items from the individual to the consent agenda. I'll read through the consent agenda items that we previously listed, and then I'll add those others after that. We don't have the document completely done yet. I apologize in advance that if I trip over myself on a few of these. I left my notes from this particular thing at home on my.
Did you read what we have for consent agenda item right now?
Well, if you'd like to, yeah, go.
Okay.
That'll
So-
only a few minutes to get the items.
Okay.
Will you have an opportunity to speak on the agenda?
Yeah.
We already passed
announced it.
Well, that was, like a little rapid for listening.
He announced public comments.
Yeah.
The mayor announced public comments.
I mean, we'll be through this, hopefully, portion of the agenda pretty quick, we can just go to public comments.
Mayor, you're putting everything together that everybody agrees on?
I'm sorry?
You're putting everything
Yeah.
together that everybody's, okay, so you just need a motion to amend the consent agenda.
Yeah.
Put all those, you
Oh,
want to list
yeah.
them
Oh,
all?
yeah, I'm sorry,
do that
you're
first.
right.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I'll make a motion to, on the consent agenda, to, a motion 2024, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 31, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 39, from the individual to the consent agenda. Those are all the items that we.
Erica, can you repeat those before somebody says?
Yes, okay. Okay, so the resolutions that the mayor is making a motion to move to the consent agenda from the individual list. Resolution 2024-22, 23, 25, 26, 27, 31, 33, 35, 36, 37, 39. Okay.
So I have a couple questions. One, I was under the impression from the email exchanges we had that we had 34 on the consent agenda. Is that not correct? The fair share housing attorney?
I stated 34. You might have missed it, I had it.
Did you, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Yes, it is, but I stated it.
Okay. And then I thought, Mr. Mayor, maybe we had disagreed, but Erica did not read 24, if I'm correct.
I read 24.
You did.
I did.
I'd like to, Erica, what did you have?
You're moving that to consent also, Mayor?
I had that motion to, yeah.
Sorry, okay.
Yeah, so just to correct, so I'd like to make a motion that we remove 24 from this consent agenda.
And leave it on the individual?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we have to put it on and then I take it off, or,
No, just, we'll make the motion for 22, 23, 25 through 27, 31, 33 through 37, and 39.
yeah,
So that's the motion.
Yes.
So I have a second to that motion.
second,
Mrs. Noble?
Yes.
Mr. Gubatose?
yes.
Ms. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mayor Fox?
Yes. So before you start reading the consent agenda, Erica, I'd also like the motion withdrawal of 2024-38. That was the one you put on the sheet.
We can do that when we get to the individual.
Yeah, when you get to
we're
the
doing it
individual,
I'm
you make a
sorry.
motion then.
I wasn't sure where that was.
Yep,
So
no,
yeah,
that's
Erica,
fine.
if you want to read through these, that'll give me a few minutes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna read through the regular consent agenda, resolutions here, and then you'll.
And I'll pick it up, yeah. I
Yeah,
just wanna
okay, that's
make
fine.
sure I read it right.
Okay. So 2024-6, establishing depositories for funds received by the borough. 2024-7, establishing change funds for 2024. 2024-8, establishing petty cash funds for 2024. 2024-9, designates a cash management plan for the deposit of all monies received by the borough. 2024-10, designation of newspapers and internet websites for the borough of Bradley Beach. 2024-11, authorizing the Borough Council to donate 2 2024 adult season badges to various Bradley Beach nonprofit organizations. 2024-12, approving the tax assessor to act as agent for the borough for the purposes of filing and settling tax appeals up to $20,000 on behalf of the tax district for the 2022 tax year. I think that should be 2023, I'm sorry. 2024-13 establishes the grace period for delinquent tax payments for 2024. 2024-14, appointment of public agency compliance officer for 2024. 2024-15, the elected fire department officials for 2024. 2024-16, elected first aid squad officials for 2024. 2024-17, authorizing the cancellation of tax and sewer payments under and/or over the amount of $10. 2024-18, authorizing contracts with approved state contractors for the contracting units pursuant to NJSA 40A:11-12A through December 31st of 2024. Approving the police department to donate surplus special police utility pants to the Bradley Beach Food Pantry and the Jersey Shore Rescue Mission. 2024-20, approval of a lien redemption refund for 605 Monmouth Avenue in the amount of $3,748.94. 2024-21, approval of a lien redemption refund for 511 Fifth Avenue in the amount of $96,080.45. Mayor?
Okay, I have about a dozen or so, about
Yeah.
10
You have to
to
read the ones that are added too.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna do that.
That's why I just said
I was getting
that.
that ready while she was reading there. Okay, 2024-22, authorizing the execution of a shared service agreement with the Borough of Belmar for canine services. 2024-23, the authorization of mortgage discharge on block 46, lot 22. 2024-25, Borough Prosecutor Professional Appointment for 2024, that's Shammy Law. 2024-26, Borough Public Defender Professional Service Appointment for 2024, that's Starkey,
Starkey Kelly?
Starkey Kelly and Kelly. 2024-17, 2024-27, alternate Borough Public Defender Professional Service Appointment for Greer Law. 2024-31, the Borough Council Professional Services Appointment for 2024 to Renone, Coughlin, and Cello. 2024-33, Bond Council Professional Services Appointment for 2024 to Dilworth Paxson, LLC. 2024-34, Fair Share Housing Attorney Professional Services Appointment for 2024, Wiener Law. 2024-35, Borough Engineer Professional Service Appointment for 2024, CME. 2024-37, Borough Planner Professional Service Appointment for 2024 to Avakian, Lena Avakian. 2024-39, Financial Consultant Professional Service Appointment for 2024 to Acacia. I think that is everything.
So, I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor, a quick discussion, because I have two questions, and I also would like to make a motion to remove.
Question.
My quick questions, the ones you just read through, 33, the bond counsel, you read the formal name, but I just want confirmation, please, that Megan Bennett would be named bond counsel. She would be the new firm.
She's been with the new firm. It is what happened middle of last year was they merged with another firm, and we made a resolution at that point to put Dilworth and Paxson as our company, and she is our representative.
And then in 36, the engineering consulting pod of engineers.
Yes.
Yeah, I
I did miss that. I'm sorry, so sorry. So that pod is, apologies, H2M, CME, Colliers, RBE, and Avakian. I'm sorry.
Okay, great.
Good pickup. I missed it.
That's all over the place, no problem. I also would like discussion, so I imagine I'm gonna have a motion to move these out of the consent agenda, but I'd like discussion on 2024-6, the establishing depositories, 2024-10, and 2024-18. So can we
Which one's Al?
do that efficiently?
Al, which ones?
6, 10, designation of newspapers,
Uh-huh.
and 18, authorizing contracts. I'd just like discussion on those separate.
Can you just discuss that?
Yeah, can we just
Right,
discuss
now,
it?
with
Yeah,
that
if we
motion?
can.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
All right.
Before we
I mean,
discuss
there's not an issue with them, right?
There might be, yes. Actually, one I have an issue with, the other two are more clarifications.
All right, can we do the discussion first and then if
Sure.
we need to, all right.
John?
Yeah, I just had a question about 11, 20, the resolution, 2024-11.
Yep.
I know this is routine, we do this every year, we do this by resolution, but my question then is, when we give, I think the 8th grade class, they all get beach badges, they get junior badges. Do we do a resolution for that? Because I don't think we have ever done that.
I don't think that was ever done prior to
Okay.
the one time it was done.
So I'm just like, if we have to do a resolution and give away 2 badges, then we give like 25 badges to this, so I'm just wondering, not that it.
Right, I know. I wasn't aware of it being done prior to when it was,
The badges to the 8th grade class are a private donation.
yeah.
For private donation.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't need a resolution.
No.
That answers my question, that's awesome, that's all my
That's
questions.
very nice.
Okay, so then my I think a quick question on 6, establishing depositories for funds received by the borough. You know, we list, and I know this is a standard thing, I've seen this before myself, but we list PNC Bank, Kearney Federal Bank, Provident Bank, and United Roosevelt Bank, Savings Bank, as depositories for all funds. But I guess my question as a council person is, how, you know, who decides how we allocate funds to these 4 banks? Has any analysis been done to suggest that we're allocating them in a cost-effective manner, maximizing, you know, whatever fees, minimizing fees, maximizing our margins, if you will? And also the issue that is always raised, are we adequately supporting local banks? And I think in terms of Kearney in particular. So has there been an analysis done that says why we have these particular 4 banks?
Analysis has been started, making sure that we're putting the correct funds in place that we can get the most out of. For example, you know, one bank might offer us to pay for our payroll fees if we go through them for payroll. So those are constantly being analyzed. But so the answer is yes. But again, I think the last time it was done, because I believe I was still on council, was probably the fall of this year. So I think we need to, you know, probably be looking back, probably mid-year, we probably look again.
Because so if an analysis was done in the fall, is that something that could be shared with the council? I don't think I've ever seen it.
And do you want me, yes, I can provide that.
All right, thank you. We can pursue this further later, but at a minimum, I just want to make sure I understood the underlying logic behind it. And let's jump to 18, because that's a quick one. The 10, I do have more significant questions. 18. I'm sorry, no, 18 I have questions.
10.
Oh, 10, the newspapers.
Yes.
I was confused by this because I think of the notices that you place as being newspapers. And there's language in here.
For NJLM?
Well, a couple things. That is one also, yes, but the Newark Star Ledger, does that even make sense that that would be a paper?
I very rarely use that paper, but just in case, in the event that I would need to, it's a backup. So
In case we have a
we're
time
covered,
issue.
it's in the resolution.
Because
But
we
I
use
very
weeklies.
rarely use it.
Yeah, because we use weeklies, in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
If we have some
In
intermediate
fact,
or
if
some
we
change.
advertise something and I'm under a
then
time
it's
crunch,
going to the time.
that's that would be one of my go-tos.
It's just a backup.
But I hardly ever use it.
But, no, okay, so that's good. My concern is more that the residents hardly ever use it. So if we did have a quick shift and you needed to use
Okay,
it.
well legally I have to announce things in papers and it would be papers that are used within the state or the county, so.
Okay, so honestly, I'm just, you know, saying what I think. That concerns me. If the point of this notice is to make sure we get notice to the residents, and the residents don't read the Newark Star Ledger, then maybe we need to come up with an alternative for it. And maybe that's where the borough internet website comes in. We can,
It is on, I do post everything to the
Can I just add,
website.
now that it's not just for the residents, and sometimes we're advertising something because we want somebody far and beyond the borough of Bradley Beach to know, like a concession. I mean, that wouldn't be bad to put that in the Star Ledger, because maybe somebody
That's
from
fine, yeah.
far away from here. So, and I'm just saying, it's not just the residents. I mean, your point about the residents is good.
no, John, the language says the publication of advertisements and notices required by law to be published by the borough of
And
Bradley Beach.
that stuff is posted on the website as well. I mean, the residents see it when I post the agendas that go with the special meeting. That notice is in there.
No, I understand what you're saying, Erica, and I don't mean to at all argue with you. I'm just simply saying, for purposes of satisfying notices required by law, I personally,
But that notice by law is also posted on the website, is what I'm trying to tell you.
okay, that's good. It's kind of not worded that way. It's worded that the Newark Star Ledger is designated for these notices. And then it continues and says, advertisements for notices may be published in either one or all of the named papers, or on the NJLM website, or on the borough internet. And the "ors" concern me. And I'm not blaming you, I'm just saying, to me, it's unclear, because these "ors" read to me as if it could be instead of these newspapers.
No.
That's not your intention. I don't know, Mr. Cannon, were you involved at all in drafting this particular resolution?
No, but I would say that it has to be flexible because it's largely dependent on what she's advertising.
Okay, that's fair.
So there's only 2 daily papers in here, so if you need something to advertise, sometimes you need to advertise it in 2 newspapers, like a sanitation contract has to be advertised in 2 newspapers. So.
I'm not worried about advertisements, honestly, but I am worried about timely notification to the public of, what's the word? Notices required
Within the
by.
48-hour notice, my usual papers are the New Coaster and the Co-Star.
No, I know. that.
And the website.
And if that's.
And Asbury Park Press.
If that's in here, I'd be fine. But it's not saying.
But there are times I do have to use the Star Ledger if we are going to have some kind of a special meeting and I got short notice and I need to get it in the paper. I have, like by law, I have to get that in the paper. I don't have a choice.
So Erica, the issue's not what is done,
Mhm.
it's how this is worded. And I would ask that, like, well, let me just ask a question, and then I'm gonna propose a solution here. New Jersey League of Municipalities, what type of things do we ever send to them?
That I put in there because at times we do post employment ads.
Employment
And I
ads.
figure